Let's talk about this rising unemployment rate. Very much in the spotlight is skills and hiring trends here in South Africa, because many unemployed people lack the skills and the expertise needed for the jobs. They can't get the job, they don't have the experience. So how do we try and flip this around? Then you bring into the question, what if you are a graduate, you're qualified, but you're struggling to find employment, or even someone entering higher education? How do they get a job if they're not even qualified? So you have qualified and unqualified. Well, we'll be speaking to the founder and MD of Careers for a Powerful You. It is Fulufhelo Ramulifho in a couple of minutes from now. It's just some of the issues that we want to discuss with Fulufhelo in a few minutes from now. But in the meantime, let's take you back to one of the biggest conversations we've been having the past few days. It is about the youth unemployment. Fulufhelo, good morning to you. And it's one of the biggest issues we have. And how does Careers for a Powerful You hope to try and get young people who are unemployed into the workforce? Good morning. It's devastating, these numbers, isn't it?
Good morning. Very much so. The numbers are at this point in time devastating for the unemployed, for communities, for parents, and systems that have been grooming these young people, to go out there and become participants, within the economy.
And as the founder and MD of Careers for a Powerful You, I imagine that you will, and we all know of the struggle, don't we? When we all started getting into the work market, the job market, you were in this conundrum. You were qualified, but then they wanted you to have experience to get into the job. But without getting a job, you can't get the experience. And we just keep going around in circles, don't we? How do we fix this?
I think at this point in time, most of the solutions at this point in time, would lies in the hands of young people. Like at this point in time, the appeal would be for young people to actually be very proactive in terms of actually making sure that they are employable and they have the right experience. In most cases at this point in time, is that a lot of jobs, require skills that young people need to actually have. The onus is on young people at this point in time to go out there and either, volunteer, search for internship opportunities, just to at least get the skills that will open at least one door, if not, the possibility of them actually getting work experience. But a vast majority, of the responsibility lies on young people to go out there and be proactive in terms of getting a job.
So someone comes to you, Fulufhelo, for Careers for a Powerful You. That's the name of the organization. Where do you start? They come to you, they say, I'm either qualified, I've got a degree, or I don't. I simply can't even get into that door that you're talking about. What do you tell them? What's the first step that you give them to try and help them along their way?
So the first step, is to assess where they are. So you have the degree. Okay, what market are you looking to actually enter? At this point in time, this is actually very critical, because if you look at the trends, things are actually changing. It's just establishing that with what they have and what they're trying to get, the opportunities that they're trying to create, is there still a demand, within that market? And because things are switching just based on the fourth industrial revolution. So where the market is changing, my advice to young people would be to look for opportunities that opened opportunities in terms of future careers and everything like that. It's just with what I have, what is it that I can actually switch to, where do I need to upskill myself? At this point in time, what's actually critical for the unemployed and even the employed market is just to look at where the opportunities are in terms of the future of work.
And this is, I think, what is going to be so important as well. And I like the way you phrased that, Fulufhelo. Before I say goodbye to you, one last question. I like the way you phrased it, that even though you may be qualified, you may need to adapt as well because of a changing market as well. But I just want to leave this last question to you. You touched briefly on the qualified job seeker. Is all hope lost for someone who doesn't have a degree in South Africa? Do you believe that? That's a last question.
No, not all hope is lost. In fact, there's lots of opportunities. There's lots of opportunities because there's new careers, there's new developments, within the market. At this point in time, what's critical, is just to literally upskill yourself in terms of following the trends. The market trends where jobs are actually concerned. There's a lot. I mean, if you think of careers, like new careers that have just boomed, like a social media content manager, those are some of the opportunities, that are actually out there. There's lots of opportunities at this point in time is to young people, the employed, unemployed, strategically position yourself, to be employable for the future careers. There's a lot. There's a whole lot of new opportunities. What's critical is the upskilling.
It's all about the upskilling, and most importantly, I like that, is the don't lose hope in all of this. Fulufhelo, thank you very much indeed. I really appreciate your time. It's so important that we discuss those with graduate degrees, but then also the other segments of the market where there isn't a qualification. Hope is not lost at all. I appreciate Fulufhelo Ramulifho from Careers for a Powerful You.